All right, it's Sunday evening. I just finished up the northern trip video. Did this video just for my brother Jimmy, man. I want to send this to him and let him see it and hopefully lure him to Guam. It's been way too damn long. It's been 25 years. It took Mom 20 years to get out here, so it's been 25, Jimmy. So pack your shit, get on the plane, and get out here. You and Danielle both. Bring the kids if you have to, man. This is Tamuni. This is where the traffic begins. This is where the things start to get busy. Yeah, like I said, man, traffic can be nuts here. I think everybody on Guam owns about 3 freaking cars. I guess I'm guilty of that. I'm got 3 cars myself, so it's funny. Getting a windshield tour of Guam. Check this out, man. We still have a Kmart. Place is freaking booming. Kmart vows that it won't go anywhere with that store. That's a big money maker. It's 24 hours. Places like Disney World for the Koreans and the Japanese. Yeah, this is Dededo. Very, very busy place. I'm actually gonna pull off up here at a little hardware store. I got a rattle in the Jeep. It's driving me freaking nuts. I could probably take it to the dealer and have him fix it, but it's just gonna require some 2-sided tape. Okay, back on the road. Got some double-sided tape there at the hardware store and fixed that rattle, I think. It was driving me out of my mind. Freaking 806 miles on a Jeep and I had a rattle. It was a little plastic tracking. It just had actually the adhesive on some factory tape. It just come undone. So it's plastic on plastic. It's fixed. But just left the village of Dededo. It's a little bit more open, not as urban, until we get up here to Jigo. And Jigo is a pretty populated little village, and that's the northernmost village is Jigo, and that's where the Air Force Base is at. Right there's the sign, half a day, welcome to Jigo. We are almost to Anderson. This is Guides and Arrow Road. Used to be the most northern stoplight on Guam. I know it's silly ass trivia, but now there's another one right at the entrance to the Air Force Base. But for us islanders, man, this is way up here. This is like driving to a new state. It's kind of funny. You see the Jeep just cut out. It's got that auto on off. I just let off the brake and it starts right back up. Okay, I'm almost at the Air Force Base, and one of the most important things is your ID. These places are on lockdown, and you know today it will be with the Vice President coming in. So unsure what the line will even be like getting in. Gotta show him that old man retired ID card though. Just skirting around the runway here. As I thought earlier, this place is on lockdown. At the front door of the terminal, I saw more freaking machine guns and armament. So, needless to say, quite a bit of hype that the Vice President's coming in. It would be cool as hell to see his plane flying in. Not that, again, I'm a big fan at all, by any means, am I a fan of these two knuckleheads, but anyway, the hype is still cool. So I do see a plane out in the distance making approach. It could just be a standard military plane. I don't even know what the hell he flies in. If he flies in something that looks like Air Force One or something smaller, or a military plane, I don't know. But it does look like a plane coming in for approach. Might be pretty cool to see it fly over. Well, the landing plane was a false alarm there. I didn't see anything, so did have one car stop and ask if I needed help. It was kind of weird. Maybe it was Secret Service. Had my flashers on, pulled off the side of the road. So to kill time, I'm going to go down to Taragi Beach. Again, still here on Anderson Air Force Base. Pretty large base. Very, very wooded, lots of jungle, but a beautiful, beautiful beach. The drive down to the beach actually probably is more beautiful than the beach itself. But show you the drive down. Again, I'm kind of hoping a little bit that this gives you the itch to get out here to Guam, at least for 10 days. I mean, it doesn't have to be 2 weeks. 2 weeks would be awesome, but definitely had to be over a week. A week's just really not worth the flight to and from Guam. So coming up to Taragi Beach. Here is the turn of the beach. One of the neat things I love about this beach is when you get down the cliffline road here, you have 0 cell service. I love that. Imagine that, being at a beach and no cell phone. It'd drive you crazy. So I've always loved this drive. Absolutely beautiful. But right here, check that out. We are probably about 1,000 foot above sea level. Driving down a cliffline edged road here. Unobstructed view, ocean. Alright, so that is Taragi Beach. Cool little beach, little volleyball stuff action going on down here. There's a little place called Bamboo Willie's, a little bar. I don't even think it's open very often, but it's a cool little beach here on the Air Force Base. I think our beaches in the Navy base kick its ass, but this is pretty isolated. Again, I like it. No cell coverage, the signal because the cliff line is completely dead, so. All right, gonna head back on up the hill and check and see if the vice president landed. Did I say I was no fan of his? Yeah. All right, back to the main gate. So, gonna head back toward the runway. See if the vice president has arrived. If not, gonna do some grocery shopping. Just exited the base, no vice president sightings, no big deal. So heading on back down south, and this leg here, I'm gonna cruise through Tumon. That's our touristy district we call Hotel Row. Well, hell, I missed it. There's the vice president's plane coming in right there. Okay, down to Tumon. As I said a few times before, this is the tourist area. This is where all the hotels are and all the touristy things to do. Our market has switched nearly completely to Korean. It was kind of funny how it happened overnight. It was Japanese forever. Still some Japanese market here, but now it's all Korean. There's the big Westin Hotel there in front. This is it. This is Tumon. This is all, again, the hotels, the bars, the restaurants, the tourists. that I always think about you, Jimmy, is this one right here, Churrasco's. It's a Brazilian restaurant, the one that kind of like you introduced me to in Vegas. They're only open for dinner, but it's like a freaking meat fest in there. Just constantly coming to the table with skewers of every kind of meat you could think of. So kind of what I just did today was about the central to northern end of Guam there. So about half of Guam today. Guam in total is about 212 square miles. And we just did a loop pretty much around from the central to the north end of it. And again, it took a couple hours. I know we screwed around here and there in between, but there's a lot of traffic here. A lot of stops, a lot of goes. You know, this is the only type of road we have here on Guam. We don't have any sort of an interstate or a highway. And again, just lots of. Now headed back to Marine Corps Drive. Up here on the right is a place where I used to work at for 4 years. I don't know if you can see way up on the cliff line, straight ahead of the end of the road, you see an airplane crossing by on the cliff line. The very top, you can see its tail, big Korean airplane. That's the runway up there. It's kind of a cool view there when you're driving down this road and the plane's taxiing down that cliff top there. There's the Baltej Pavilion right there. That's where I used to work, up on the 3rd floor. Really cool spot. Being in the Coast Guard for 4 years and working in a building like that was absolutely cool. I enjoyed it. And here's all of our American restaurants that just came in over the past couple years. It's been really popular here. I don't hit them that much. Again, it kind of took away my excitement to go back to the States and eat at them now that we have them here every day. But you got Applebee's, Chili's, Ruby Tuesdays, all that's right here. We actually just got an Olive Garden last month, and a Red Lobster is coming here soon. That's the mall, Guam Premier Outlet Mall. And just completed the loop. Earlier in the video you saw this building here. It's a Bank of Guam building, is what it says on the outside of it now, but used to say ITC, the International Trade something building, I don't know, and people still call it that, the ITC building, but it doesn't even reference it on the building anymore, so it'd probably screw up a visitor. So back on Marine Corps Drive, headed southwest here back to Aganya, where I live at. Be there in about another 10 minutes or so, and call it a day. Just entering back into the village or the town of Aganya. Again, I just live up the road about a mile or so. I'm going to do something here I like to do when coming from this direction. I am going to hang a right here and go around the Paseo, which is a little recreation area. It's where Chamorro Village is at, and baseball fields and a park. And then this road brings me right out to the stoplight, the intersection where I live at. Good surf break out there. Some surfers actually out there right now. And to the intersection of my corner right here. I live in that building there. There is the Aganya Boat Basin, a little marina here. Got some charter boats. And my building.